Okay, we are back on the camera, and we are back from recess. All right, so, Stu, come on. All right, we're back. So we'll, again, just for information purposes, discussion purposes, Brad will give us the numbers where we are at by the departments, the percentages, and we'll react as we do.
Traditionally, we don't like giving out mill rate calculations necessarily because the revenue is projected. Just, it's not as locked in as expenditures are. So with that caveat, the estimated mill rate at this budget level would be 34.25, which is a 0.84 mil increase, which is 2.51%.
And that's town and school all combined, right?
Yes.
And capital, right? Oh, no, we haven't done that.
We haven't done capital, but there's nothing in capital. We will approve it at 0 and then
Work on that.
fill it out. So, but Brad, can you give us the numbers as presented on this sheet that come to, that support the 34.25,
Yes.
please?
So you have the Board of Ed number, the 48,199,807. The town, which includes Board of Ed maintenance and debt service, the total town would be 32,597,972. I'll read it again, 32,597,972. And the overall total budget would be $80,797,779. So 80,797,779.
So what's the increase of new spending? Forget the new revenue, but what's the total?
The total budget increase in total dollars is $2,806,263. $2,806,263.
And what's the percentage on new spending?
3.598.
What was it last year?
3.598. 3.6 if you're gonna round it.
What was it last year?
275, wasn't it?
Sorry,
I was not prepared for that question.
sorry about that.
That's in the hidden columns. Might bring up the last one.
Just give me 1 minute now.
While Brad's doing the work, just to make sure we're all on the same page. The Board of Selectmen presented a capital plan of nothing, 0. Most of the items were kind of smaller dollar. They're in capital, they were moved to a capital non-recurring account. And then there's a couple items I think that are still in the air that we're trying to figure out. Fire engine,
Fire
fire truck, right? What the status is of that and what's best to do. And I'm sorry, Rich, what's the timing on that?
They're having an inspection of the truck in next week or two.
And Richie, that was a great plan, and you've got good people on the committee, and it was nice to see that actually we're gonna make a smart decision.
Yes.
Brian?
Thank you. I know, we've worked for 30 hours on this budget. And I know that thank you, and I know that we want to approve this number tonight. I mean, for me, I'd really like to take the weekend to look through these accounts and see if anyone comes up with other ideas. I'm gonna be honest with you, I think we're working great together as a board. I'm really pleased that we're all agreeing and, trying to do the best to bring it down. .84 increase in the mill rate, and I know we don't like to talk about it, it's a big number. I mean, that is a big number, and, you know, whether we call it, you know, spending, revenue, whatever, bottom line is, you know, it brings us to a 34.25. You know, a couple years ago, I said we were on our way to a 35 mill rate, 36 mill rate. We're well on our way to a 35, 36 mill rate. And, you know, at some point, we need to put the brakes on and say, especially with this uncertainty, you know, and what's coming up, and that's why I think if we just took some time by ourselves to go through the lines, maybe come up with some creative thoughts to get this down a little bit further, if we can, thoughtfully, not just saying to cut. I'm really uneasy about the increase. And again, I appreciate everyone's willingness to work together. I think this is the best our boards work together during the budget. I think it's good.
What's the one thing that's changed?
The lightning rod.
It's gotta be the
I don't think
influencing
it's nice to
factor.
talk, I don't think it's nice to talk about Claudia when she's not here.
Yeah.
I really don't think that's nice.
Wizard of Oz.
I won't say
I'm
what
gonna
I see,
tell
I'm
you
just
what you
saying.
said.
So I think what Brian is suggesting is, we get all of our numbers, we don't approve anything, we think about it over the weekend, and then we use our Tuesday regular meeting.
You don't need this decision for any legal notices or any, right? We can do it for Tuesday, right? Yeah.
You're not happy with
They
that,
have a
Bob?
sign out for voting, like, that's already out
That's
there.
the,
What is that?
no, that's a different voting.
Oh,
That's the referendum on
water
Just a
tank, said
water
March
tank.
something.
Water
That's
Water
not
tank.
Bridgewater.
Oh, okay.
And when is that date? But I know it's
March,
tenth.
March.
March
You're
10th?
not in the authority.
But I'm sorry, I'm as bad a defender as anybody, I'm sorry. All right, one board, Brian, you had a question for Bob?
Bob, you're not happy with that?
What's that?
He was good with it.
To wait until Tuesday.
I don't see a reason to go Tuesday, really. I mean, if you wanna wait until after the public hearing on the 23rd, we have to get together anyway, and then we can make the adjustments at that point. But, I mean, you're just dragging, and you're gonna hash this out for another 2 hours, and I think really, there's no need for it.
Well, I'm not dragging, but, you know, what I'm trying
I mean,
to.
make any decision now,
No,
if you're
but-
gonna make a
but-
decision.
But what I'm trying to say is that I know we're working together, and I'm happy about that.
But what do you wanna get it down to, Brian?
I'm not, I mean, if it was up to me, our original goal was 3. Okay, I know that's probably not gonna happen.
So, yeah,
Right,
where
but
are you
I'm
gonna get
not-
that from?
I'm not comfortable with an increase in the mill rate of .84 either. I don't think that's the track we wanna be on. I just, you know, once we hit that 35, 36 mark, look what happened to all the towns south of us where that happened. Go to Reading, go to Weston. They had booming real estate markets, things were going great. They still haven't recovered. Their numbers are, you know, Reading, it's, I mean, I can't believe the houses that are selling for 400,000. I remember working on some of these houses, they were $700,000, $800,000 houses. There was one in Weston I worked on, it was 1.6 million at the time. It just sold for 950,000.
Can I make a
I
suggestion
think
that,
Nick would, I'm sorry, Nick, did you?
Well,
No,
it's
I mean-
related to the mill rate. is
We're
all I'm
taking
trying to say.
$2,500 out. With that theory, I agree, the spending is way too high. But now you're starting to cut people, you know, there's no more $2,500 in here. You know what I mean? In certain accounts.
Yeah, I mean, where are you gonna come up with $200,000-$300,000 more?
I know, I just,
Cynthia?
I think. if
I know-
we-
I know it
if
should be
we
lower.
voted on this.
I agree it should be lower,
Yeah.
I just wanted
but
one.
where are you gonna get it from?
Without cutting services.
Yeah,
Cynthia, I'm sorry, go ahead, you.
No, I just say if about going till Tuesday, maybe we should vote on that possibility rather than, you know, arguing about
Yeah,
it.
that's fine,
because
if the
it's-
majority of the board.
Yeah, I mean,
vote
it's
on
the
it,
Board of
go.
Finance that has to decide.
right, it's our decision.
Yeah,
But I
absolutely.
do,
Can I ask a question?
wait, I think Dee at
Oh, sorry, I can't
at the
see- I
wire
can't
had
see.
her
Your
hand
head is
up.
squeaking.
I know, I see it.
Her pumpkin-sized head is in the way.
So, Brian, I don't disagree with you that it would be nice if it was lower. My concern is that if we continue to go around and around just us, we're not getting any new information, right? We've been at this for a while. Maybe it makes sense to go get some public input at the town meeting and then make some decisions based on that. Because I feel like I personally feel like I've done my best to look at these and, you know, I'm not sure we're gonna get much more just staying within ourselves.
Wendy?
I was just gonna ask if we have anything else for our agenda on Tuesday.
Not that I know of.
No.
So,
Probably a comptroller's report,
Yeah.
right,
minutes.
nothing that couldn't wait. I mean, I agree with Daleen. And I agree with Brian, and I agree with Nick. I know myself, there's really not much more here that I think we can take from. And I do know also that I probably won't think about this at all over the weekend. So I hate to sound wishy-washy, but I don't care if you wanna stay here tonight to do it. I don't care if we want to submit this proposal to the public hearing, and we'll be meeting after that, and we can reassess things.
What is
You
the
know,
date
from
of the
there.
public hearing?
23rd.
23rd, okay.
I would prefer not to do it tonight because, like Brian, I'd like to step away from it a little bit and just step away from it for a day or two, look at it with somewhat fresh eyes. And frankly, to get some additional economic data that's gonna come in over the weekend. Tomorrow's a big Federal Reserve report date.
Do we need to have this decision, or can we just go to the public hearing with it? And then make
We have
adjustments
to
if we
vote
have
on
to?
it.
We,
I guess my question is, could we,
Or we have to vote on it
Sorry,
so
what?
they have $1 for the public hearing?
Yes.
Okay.
Well, that's what you're doing here.
No,
we're
no,
voting no.
I'm just wondering, we couldn't leave it open, right?
The
We have
public
to go
hearing
there
is for the
saying-
Board of Finance
We have to-
This is what we're
recommendations,
recommending.
Yeah, we have to
exactly.
tell them something.
I guess my main point is this. Philosophically, I'm opposed to the increase where it's at. And by me voting yes, I'm putting my stamp of approval on it,
Mhm.
saying that I'm approving of this budget. I do feel that this board worked very well, so, you know, the no vote has no hostility whatsoever, and there's nothing bad about it. I mean, if we wanna vote on it, it's fine, you know, and it's not saying that we're both working towards the same goal. You wanna bring it to the public, which I understand. My point is if I bring it to the public right now, I'm putting my stamp of
Well,
approval on
then,
it.
vote no
I
on
don't-
it.
okay, that's
That's what I would do.
I don't think you have
I'm gonna
a
vote no.
read of what the rest of us. I think we talked about this Tuesday earlier, that it would be a good time to talk about this. So I don't think you're trying to convince anybody that we need to vote today, no, except for Bob.
I
So-
agree with.
So I think I think we're fine with saying we have a Tuesday meeting. We have some time to look at this again. I too am very leery that we're gonna come up with that additional kind of funds. But so what? Let's take a look at it and see if someone has some kind of brain swell that does it. It's not gonna hurt.
Brain cells.
So, I think we table the final vote till Tuesday.
and I make that motion that we table tonight's meeting decision on the bottom, or the town and Board of Education budget totals that we would be presenting to the public hearing, and discuss them on Tuesday at our regular meeting.
Yep.
I assume, Robert, you
Second.
seconded it. I'm assuming we don't need any more discussion.
Cynthia was.
Well, I
Oh,
was just gonna say that I agree with Brian, and I could not really vote yes on this with a clear conscience, so I'm glad that Wendy's making that motion, so. Maybe we
All right.
can.
I'm with Bob Kay that unless somebody's willing to make a $300,000 cut somewhere, it's not changing it on Tuesday. You know, so,
Well, then,
Brad, did you have something? Go ahead.
I just was gonna answer a previous question. Last year's, from 2019's budget to 2020's budget, expenditures increased by 4.47%.
So we're below last year. We're below last year by almost a percentage point, 5.9%, correct?
Yes.
If you average it 2 years, it's 4% each year.
No,
Yeah, I
right,
get
I'm
it.
just saying, we're actually, look, I'd like a 0% increase, I think we all would, but just
I like where your
comparing
head's
it.
I'm for the reduction.
Can we have some more revenue?
Was that a motion?
Can we have some more revenue, please?
All right,
We got a motion.
Move-
move the question?
Yeah.
Move the question. all those who want to wait until Tuesday, please signify by saying aye.
Aye.
Opposed?
Nay.
Who was the nay?
Nay.
I'll be a nay to just be a Bob Kozlowski supporter.
Bob don't wanna come in.
But I also support,
You can't change your vote.
but I also support,
You said
I also
yay.
support
I heard
Wendy.
Weenie, weenie.
Yeah, come on.
The cold waters. All right, I think that's it for tonight, right?
Move to adjourn?
Second.
Do you wanna take care of capital?
I think we already, we unofficially took care of it at zero.
Oh,
Mill rate increase.
Can we get an email maybe, if there's time to get this same sheet with all the new numbers?
Yeah, that'd be really helpful.
What's this same sheet?
That sheet you gave us that showed.
With the
board stuff?
differences?
The detail.
Yeah.
If we could just all get an email on Friday.